And the next question is, what is the most important quality you need to be a successful ID? I don't know how to answer this question because I don't think I'm successful, but I shall attempt to say what I feel are the important qualities to be an ID. Okay ID. I won't say very good lah. You say very good means I can say I very good. I would think to be a decent ID, you need the following qualities. First, I feel it's very, very, very important for you to be able to get into the minds of the clients. Because most people cannot verbalize what they want. Or rather, most people who are not in the design line will not be able to verbalize very clearly what they want. So for the designer to be able to get into the mind is very important, so that you are basically digging out what the clients fail to tell you. So very important, go into the mind. And I think it helps that I'm a Cancerian. I know it's very stupid because nobody is going to, link an occupation with horoscope. I find it ridiculous also, but the truth is, being a Cancerian does help me in my job. So essentially, I am being. I don't know whether my being this is because I'm a Cancerian, but supposedly Cancerians are like this. Okay, so I am generally quite intuitive, and my sixth sense is quite strong. So I will be able to pick up people's subtle messages, subtle preferences, or subtle dislikes without them having to tell me. Hence, I can avoid all these pitfalls. I can propose some things that will delight clients in general. So being Cancerian helps lah. I'm sensitive to people's needs. It sounds funny, sensitive to people's needs. Okay lah, just be sensitive to people lah, in general. So that helps to be able to go into the minds of the client. Secondly, I feel to be a decent ID, you must not be afraid of 麻烦. Why do I say that? It's because in Singapore generally, I would dare say this because I think it's very true. Our resources are limited. Our choices are limited. We are faced with very pathetic variety for everything, especially for interior. So if you are not good luck and you are very afraid of 麻烦, right, you will end up not proposing a lot of things because every new thing, every new material you want to explore is 麻烦. You need to go and suss out. You need to go and contact the person. You need to go and see all the restrictions and limitations and the constraints and go around it. So it's a lot of problem trying to even get hold of this material, let alone ship it to Singapore. So if you're afraid of 麻烦, you will not be a decent ID because you are generally just using what everybody else is using. So ingenuity is not there. And also it's tough lah when you're using the same thing as everybody else, right? How much can you innovate with the same material? Yeah, cannot lor. So this cannot 怕麻烦 lah, okay? Then thirdly is you need to be more resourceful in thinking out of the box and giving clients what they will not expect. Because let's say for a same brief, let's say the client tells you, I want a device, I want you to build me a device that can make me cross the river, for example. Wow, this kind of generic brief is so generic until it can be anything. If you don't think out of the box and you don't try to push for more unusual stuff to propose to client, you will end up maybe building a sampan where you can build a more interesting speedboat or sailboat, for example. But you end up building a very basic sampan to let the clients row and cross the river. So things like this, I feel we can all be given the same brief. But what you make out of the brief will determine whether you are a interesting ID or decent ID or not. And the general complaint I get from a lot of people after dealing with all the general IDs, right? The clients will tell me, yeah, I told them already, I don't want this. I don't want that. Then they come back with the proposal, it's still this, that. It's like, no years or what? So to me, it's like, precisely the issue law, like you are not listening or you are not innovating. So that is the thing I feel decent IDs should not do that. Decent, I'm not even talking about good IDs, decent IDs. Please try to push the envelope. Okay, push the envelope, then you can, if clients pull you back, at least you are higher up there and not start on the very low level. By the time client pull you back, you are lower than low. Then your works will be very uninspiring, typical, the same old lah. So I feel these are the most important three things lor. Yeah, before I say more, then people say I arrogant. I better not say anymore. So I'm not saying I'm a good ID. I'm just telling you what I think are the qualities of a decent ID. Okay, decent. Please bear in mind the keyword is decent.